Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now, having a pool in your home is a great thing, above ground or underground. But one of the things that you can suffer is the pain that it is to keep it clean. You know, I'm the pool boy. I've typically been doing this for years in my parents' homes, my cousins' homes, and now even in my own home. So today we're going to take a look at how you can get a Roomba-like experience, like one of those cleaning robots experiences, but in your pool. We're taking a look at the SMOROBOT, and this is the tank X11. It's super smart, it's wireless, and it's going to take care of your pool so you don't have to. Now the Tank X11 is actually labeled really well. It does resemble a futuristic tank. It has 3.5 hours of power that's going to go through and clean your pool in a cordless way. It has 3 smart motors, and it has a removable basket that's going to support different type of materials. Standard materials, and then also those that require fine materials, right, because of it may be a little bit smaller. It's something that you can take out and clean out every single time. There's no app required with this because, again, it's a cordless robot, and as soon as you turn it on, you just push the button, it just goes, and it maps your area of your pool, and then it just cleans. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our pool. We're going to see how this robot works. We're going to see it do its business and clean things, and we'll see more on why this may be your next home robot for your pool. Check it out. I'm going to take this product review to where we're actually going to use the product, and that is in our backyard, and you can see my pool over there in the corner. So a couple things that we'll note with the SMOROBOT. You're going to get some accessories, and the first thing you notice is when you receive your robot is that you're going to have 2 of these debris trays or cages that are going to capture debris. And you'll notice that as the robot is sucking up the debris, it's going to come in through here and it's going to go into this basket. Now you have 2 baskets. One of them is for larger particles, and then another one is for more fine particles. So for example, the larger one is going to do well with leaves, any kind of larger debris. If you're dealing with dust, then you're going to want to go with the fine one, and you'll be able to tell. I'm going to show you in my pool how I have some very finite dust that we've collected that would require a fine version versus something that would be larger if we were to have some type of leaves falling in the pool. Now, the cool thing about this also is that in order to retrieve your robot, because it is cordless, you do have this hook right here, and so this is another accessory, and this is going to go on your pool pole. Right? So everybody has a pole that is used to clean surface debris, and basically this would basically go on that pole, and then what you would do is you would use it to scoop up through here with this little hook. Another option that you have, if that's something that doesn't really work well for you, is to use this flotation device, right? So this is basically a hook that's going to connect to the robot, and this is going to be floating on the top of the water. It's going to make it a lot easier, especially if you have to use your pole, and then with the pole you connect or pull this towards you, and then you'll be able to pull the robot in using this. So really it comes down to what method you want to be able to use to retrieve the robot, because once again, most robots like the one that I currently have as well has an actual, it's tethered, right? It has a long cord that's connected to it, so I'm able just to pull the robot through the cord. In this case, this is 100% cordless. Now the robot itself has 2 treads, one in each side, just like a tank, right? That's going to allow it to navigate. And then it has this front one that serves as a scrubber, as well as it's going to lift debris and scoop it inside so that it can capture it in the basket that you saw. In front of it, you do have some labels that indicate what can you expect when you turn it on. And it's really simple to turn on. All you do is there's a couple switch options right here. You have a standard, and then you have a fast. The fast obviously is going to be a really quick cleanup. The standard one is going to give you the most thorough one, and it's probably the one that I would recommend. Once you set it to that setting, you're going to see that colors are going to light up as it's going through its boot sequence, and you're going to see the information here aligns with what's going on here. So once this is started up and the boot sequence is complete, what you do is you just put it into your pool. Now, on the back of the robot, you do have this little lever that you can open up. And once you open it up, you can see the actual, again, capture device here, or in this case, the cage. So you can see that right here. And you can see that this is clearly not one designed for fine. It's very see-through. If we compare it to this other one, this basket, sometimes I call them cages, you'll notice that this one, very see-through, this one not so much. So what I'll typically do is I'll go for the fine, because this is the one that, when we deal with debris here in Chicago, there may be more pollutants, more dust coming in. So this is what I'm going to use as opposed to leaves, because this will be able to capture both.
Now, if we take a closer look at what's going on inside the robot, you'll notice that there's not a lot to see back here, right? You just have that area right here where the debris is going to come up, and then pretty much that is. You see the motor here, all the housing. You see that there's kind of a little propeller there that's going to keep your robot functioning, all your suction taking place, and the movement moving as it should. Now to insert this basket, because we're going to go with the fine version, all we're going to do is place it just like this. And don't worry, if you don't have it, if you're not putting it the right way, it's not going to lock in as easy as that is, because the actual hole is closer to the back. But if you just don't know as you're putting it in, it's just not going to lock or guide into place without having the right, again, position. Now, let's take a look at the bottom of the robot so you can see what's going on there. Now, on the bottom of the robot, you'll notice that your treads are easily seen. You have that front one that's going to scoop. Everything is going to come in here, and then this is going to suck it up. You have these vents in the back, right? They're going to help also with actual movement and suction. So pretty much it's really simple, very sealed in the back, really nothing to worry about. Now we're going to let it go through its startup sequence, and once the startup sequence is complete, all the lights finished, we're going to go ahead and drop it in the pool so we can see it in action. Now one of the things that you'll notice is that you see these yellow lights flashing. That indicates that it's ready to go, so all we're going to do is now take it to the pool and then just drop it in the water. And there you have it, starting up. You can see how it's working its way in. And you can see some of that fine dust or dirt that needs to be cleaned up. Now, one of the things you'll notice about the robot is that it's really fast. I really like how fast it moves. It will basically map just like one of those vacuum robots that we have for inside of our home and cover the entire area. Our pool is relatively clean. There's some debris here and there. You'll notice that there's some dust right there, some on the steps, and we'll see how well it does there. And it should go across and just map everything out. And you can see it moves really fast. I like that. Should be able to, especially depending on if you have friends coming over and you want to be able to get that pool of yours nice and clean right before people come over to enjoy the pool. This should be able to cover your pool really fast. All right, so now we ran the robot 3 cycles in the pool, and let's see how well it did. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and check out. And remember, we do have the fine container in here just to see what's been captured. And, well, look at that. This is pretty impressive. A couple things. Let me just highlight. First of all, this is all that was captured. And it also went as far as capturing a rock, which is also pretty impressive. So you can see how well the fine was able to pick up all that debris at the bottom of the pool. Now, a lot of it didn't seem to be present, but still, it was able to, over the last 3 cycles, pick up a good amount of debris from the pool.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.